Chapter 13. Alarming. Alarming moments. Somebody's up there. Ned whispered to Nancy. Nancy whispered to Ned. She's in there. Really, Columbo? Golden Girls moment. The two hurried up the stairway, and Nancy beamed her flashlight over the dark attic. A man was lying on the floor, bound and gagged. The couple rushed over to the prisoner and released him. He smiled weakly and whispered, "Thank you. How did you know I was here?" Without replying to his question, Nancy asked, "Are you A.C.E. Armstrong? What kind of a name is that?" "Yes." At that moment, Ben Wooster, I'm getting sick of saying that name, and Jimmy hurried into the attic. They stared in disbelief. "You found him!" exclaimed the deputy. "Are you all right, mister? Are you all right, mister?" "I think so," Armstrong said hoarsely. The deputy shook his head. "It's amazing. I'll drive you to a doctor in town right away. He can look you over and send you to a hospital if need be. Take it easy." Take it easy. Jimmy, get the car. While the youth was gone, while the two youths were gone, my cousin Vinny moment, Nancy asked ACE about his abduction, adding that she had received the news of his disappearance from her aunt. "Your detective friends will be relieved to learn you've been found. I was waylaid in my car," he began, "by Kit Cadle and another man soon after I left the Hollow Oak area. They were armed and said if I didn't tell them where the tree was with a message in it, they would kill me. Of course, I couldn't tell them because I didn't know myself. Cadle had assumed that since the other members of the detective club, this is very Aurora Teagarden, had left for New York, they had solved the mystery and knew where the treasure was, but hadn't had time to dig it up." "You're sure there's a treasure?" Why am I doing this accent? "You're sure there's a treasure?" Ned questioned Armstrong. "And that it's buried?" "No, I'm not sure. Cadle assumed that the message would tell me where a treasure was buried. They took me in my car to a shack in then to the cave, and finally here." Nancy told him about finding the note in the cave. "Ned said I'm the one who reached it because I'm 6 feet tall." "Why did the men take you there?" "They had to meet another man, and I guess they were afraid to leave me alone. We arrived late in the afternoon and hid until after the park grounds closed. The third man must have done the same. When it was dark, they met at the cave. I didn't get a good look at him nor hear his name. While the three were talking together, I managed to write that note and stick it in the crack." "I'm the one who got it out of the crack," repeated Ned. The deputy spoke up. "How long is it since you've seen Cadle and his pals?" ACE told them one or another of the men came to feed him 3 times a week. I don't know why that's funny. "Someone's due today, so maybe you can catch him." "I'll radio the state police," Wooster said. Oh, gosh. Ned asked ACE if he knew Cadle was bothering the people at the dig, especially Nancy, and that he planned to kidnap her. "Yes, I was aware of all that," he replied. I felt so helpless here when all I wanted to do was escape and expose Cadle. Did you know, Nancy queried, that one of the boys at the dig disappeared, and we suspect he too was kidnapped by Cadle and another man? ACE said he had not heard the men say anything about this. Ordinarily, they talked freely in front of me, and I have a feeling that sooner or later they were going to kill me. So I couldn't expose them. As Armstrong stopped speaking, Jimmy came pounding up the attic stairs. He, Ned, and the deputy helped the weakened man down to the car. On the way to town, he expressed his thanks to Nancy and Ned for rescuing him. "We're glad you're safe," said Nancy. She promised to call her Aunt Eloise, who would pass the news on to his family and friends. Oh, I'm tired.